Hey friends, and welcome back to Piggy Bank Tales. Today we're going to be budgeting my second paycheck for June in YNAB. And this check is a little bit different because it's going to show a little bit of a raise. I got a 3% raise, which means I will be earning about $230 more per month. And I also worked a little bit more hours, which means this paycheck is a little bit more than my previous paycheck. Let's walk through where I'm putting that money, how I'm dealing with the rest of June's spending, and what I'm going to start saving for. The first thing that I need to address in every budget with me video is the overspending that has happened since I did my last video. I tend not to touch YNAB at all other than entering transactions as I'm spending. And I always wait until I record my next video to show the overspending and cover the overspending. I feel like that's more realistic so you can see in real time budgeting for me. I'm going to first click on the overspent focus view, and it's going to show me all of the overspent categories. So groceries, I went over by $8.70. If you missed my previous video, I did get a little bit of a settlement from T-Mobile, which helped save my budget. But even so, I still spent a little bit more than what I gave myself for groceries. I'm just taking a quick look here to see, because I think I gave myself $50 now that I remember. I gave myself $50 and I spent more than that. I'm going to take this from, let me see if I could take it from a different category first before I hit the ready to assign. So for example, I have 80 cents here left over from my car insurance. So I'm going to take that. I have nothing else that I can really take this from. So now I'm going to take it from the ready to assign. Gas, I also spent over $8.70. And the reason why I spent over on the gas here is because $9 of that was the car wash. I have a gas station here that has the only like brushless car wash. And because my car is so old, it has an antenna that won't go down automatically anymore, so it's been stuck in the upright position. So because of that antenna, I cannot take it to any of the car washes with the big roller brushes because it'll damage the antenna. So I take it to this only car wash that I know in Oxnard, which is brushless, and it just like sprays your car with water. I did get the premium car wash, I guess, so it was a little bit more expensive, but that's why I overspent, is because I got gas plus the car wash today. My car was so dirty. Household, what was this? Oh, so I didn't actually budget any more money for household, and I ended up getting, I needed saran wrap. I don't know why I didn't put that in the memo there, but I needed saran wrap for packing. It actually should have gone under moving because it's a moving expense, but I figure afterwards I'll use it for the kitchen. But I needed saran wrap just to get like my oils. You just put a piece of saran wrap over the bottle and then close the cap over it, and it helps prevent it from spilling. Okay, and then oopsie. So in my previous video, I had mentioned how my driver's side door handle broke in my car, and I had found someone that was going to fix it for $50, and the part originally was only $17. I wanted to make sure someone was actually going to look at the car first and tell me what part to order to make sure I was even ordering the correct part, which I did not. And I had this gentleman come and look at my car. So he told me what part I needed to order, and originally he quoted me $75, and I thought that was a really good deal, but I felt so bad for this gentleman because it took 2 hours plus his time on Saturday to actually look at it. He was still only going to charge me $75, but I paid him $120. And the part that I ordered was about $20 more than the original one. Let's just look at an overview of this amount here. So this is 100% full income. And now, because I've spent some money to cover the overspending, if we go and actually look under the checking account, so I actually got paid $2,307.59. This was about $300 more than my previous paycheck. And I'm going to start putting in the memo how many hours is that paycheck, so I get a rough idea, like when I know how many hours I've worked for every paycheck before I get paid, I can kind of figure out like how much I'm actually going to earn. So this included the 3% raise because they said that it would start back on June 1st. The 3% raise is just the cost of living. And I know some companies don't even have to give you a raise. And my previous job was a joke. They gave us like 0.02% raise. So I would get like 30 cents every year for a raise. It was pretty ridiculous. So it was nice at least to get more than 30 cents an hour. The first thing I want to do is finish taking care of rent. So we're going to go over to July. I need $1,150 more to fully fund the rent payment, which I did put a little bit more than half last time. So I put $1,350 already in there. And I'm going to click on the rent payment and I'm going to click on underfunded. So it's going to just fund the rest. And ta-da, it's done. And then I'm going to hop back into July and I'm going to click on Paycheck 2 because this is going to tell me everything that needs to be paid using this Paycheck 2. This is a reminder for me that T-Mobile has already been paid for this month, for June, but it's a reminder that I need to hop over to July and pay July's T-Mobile payment. So that's what I'm going to do here. We're going to do underfunded there, and I'm going to hop back into June and just make sure there's nothing else. I do have one more internet payment and will be my last internet payment because my new place will include all utilities. Underfunded, so it's fully funded. Renter's insurance, I did have to borrow from this. I can come back to this in a little bit. I do want to take care of everything else first. Bunnies don't have any money. I've taken that money, borrowed it. So I'm going to at least put fund half. And oopsie, I've not put any money into the oopsie. Groceries, we're going to have one more week of groceries here in June, and then I'm going to hop over into July and put some money there. So, or actually I could just put it here and it'll roll over, but I have been spending about $90 a week on groceries, but because I'm moving, I'm trying to eat out of the freezer. I don't want to spend $90 on groceries. That's just more groceries I'm going to have to pack and take with me. I am going to say again, another $50 because really I move on the 1st, which is a Tuesday. So really it's grocery shopping for Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So like 4 days. I don't even think I'm going to need $50. What I think is going to happen is I'm either going to have to put some money into dining out in case I just need to grab something quick and I'm too tired moving day or whatever to actually cook anything. So I might put some money into dining out. So let's just say I put $30 for groceries plus 30. And then let's go ahead and take care of some dining out spending. Let's just add $50 there. Okay. Now I want to go back to Paycheck 2 and gas. So I just got gas today and this is my last work week. That's where I'm going to save a little bit of money because I don't need to fund gas for work. I'm going to hop over now into July and just look again at this Paycheck 2 to see what needs to be covered. Here it's telling me I need $36 more. I just paid for YNAB. I'm going to have to take a look at this because the target is no longer this high that I need. Yeah, I don't think I need to fund anything. I think I'm just going to leave that as is. I won't have internet anymore. Oh my gosh, that's going to be so exciting. I'll be able to hide this category after June. I'm going to be off this week, so I'm probably going to need a little bit more for groceries. Like I'll probably shop again maybe July 2nd because I'm going to need some groceries to get me through the rest of the week and the move. So, and then I'll probably go shopping on the 5th to prepare for the next work week. And then I'll get paid here on the 10th. So I'm looking at 90, maybe $110 is what I would need to put to get me through until July 10th. Let's try that. So we're going to put 110. Gas, I am not going to need much that first week, like I said, maybe 2 times during the following week. So I'm going to say 130 gas. Okay, I'm going to go back into June. So I could have put some more money into the Oopsie fund. I could have tried to put money into my license renewal, which I'm now very behind here. I might just put a little bit into the license renewal because I do have some expenses upcoming here, obviously. I'm going to be very conservative and just put $20, I think. I'm not going to worry about guilt-free spending. So now I have $538.33. Again, I like to click on the all category just in case, make sure everything is taken care of. Car insurance was already paid, and I'm going to snooze this because it's taken care of. Renters insurance, I don't really need to worry about this right now because I just renewed in April. I just bought coffee. I'll probably hold off until the 10th to put some budget towards the coffee beans because I'll be able to do that with my next paycheck. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to click on my short-term savings because this is still for the move. So right now I have $400 left here for this moving cost. As you can see, I have packed up. I still have some boxes and stuff that I have on hand, but the actual moving cost for the movers is $149 with a minimum of 3 hours. I'm anticipating it's going to take them 4. So I was looking at like $600 is what I would need. So I would need at least $200 to cover the movers, but I would like to add maybe another $100 for boxes and junk, you know, whatever, because you just never know. $300 more there. Next on the savings list, this money here is actually intended for a portable washer and dryer. And I've decided that I'm going to get a twin tub portable washer. If any of you have ever owned a portable washer, I would love to hear down below which brand you have and what style you have and whether it was good or a piece of junk or, you know, whatever, any recommendations. But the one I'm looking at is $189, and maybe I'll even show like an image of what it looks like. I've decided not to get like the expensive Black & Decker one that's like $600. I'm looking at my target being $524. So I'm going to go ahead and just change this target because yeah, originally it says $1,100. So I'm going to change this to $524, and I don't want to balance. I want, it wasn't really obvious here, but I clicked on set aside another. There we go. I guess I can't do the balance of like eventually. I'll do it eventually target for my other ones, but for this I want to fully fund that because that I'm gonna have to buy right away. Okay, so this is very exciting because now what I plan to do with this money is to create some new wish lists. I may not even be able to put any money into the wish list, but I do want to start them. And I'm trying to be conservative and not have a million categories because I did that before in the past and it's just way too much. People call this a wish farm, and what they would do is list like the top 3 things that they're saving up for. A lot of mine is related to the home right now. So I'm going to create a new category and I'm going to call it Wish Farm. Farm animals. Oh, I guess we can do a tractor. There we go. That's kind of cute. Obviously, these short-term savings was really important, and that's why I have it up here. Wish Farm is kind of, it's take care of your other needs and stuff first. I'm going to move it under, well, I think we're still going to be working on this before I invest into my 401k again. And I'm kind of making this a priority over gifts and some other categories right now. There's some storage shelves that I want from IKEA. So storage shelves. And it's because I'm losing a lot of overhead cupboard space in my new place. IKEA storage shelves. And just to remind myself, this is for 3. It's like a corner shelf and then 2 big ones that I can actually put in the closet. IKEA chairs, like the little folding chairs. I want to get 4 of them so I can fold them and put them away somewhere and yet have them for when company comes over. So I'm going to add IKEA folding chairs. And I forgot to set the target here for the storage shelves. So I put a target of $270. So this is where it's going to become eventually. So eventually I need $270 to buy this. And then the folding chairs, $230. $230, and we're going to have a balance eventually. The next big thing is tires. I mean, I feel like that should come into the oopsie fund, but I feel like I might not be disciplined enough to put it into the oopsie fund. But this is new tires, and what I've looked at, they could cost me $1,200. I have an SUV. Yeah, they could be quite expensive. I did see that the place that I normally get like oil changes and stuff, they did have a coupon that said $400 off buying tires, but I think it has to be like a certain brand. So it could be a little bit cheaper, but I'm just going to go with $1,200 because I think that's what is probably going to be needed. I think I am going to put a due date. You want to have $1,200, and I'm going to give myself 3 months. Did I not click on October 1st? Apparently not. Okay, so it says I need $240 this month, which obviously that's not happening. Okay, so everything is taken care of that needed to be taken care of with this paycheck. It went by really fast still, but it was nice to actually put some money into these major stress categories for me so I don't have to stress. It was also nice that I put a little bit of dining out money so that I can eat out maybe once or twice, probably twice with $50. Comment down below that if you had just a little bit extra money this month, what would you do with it? What would you buy? Or would you save it? Comment down below. I would love to hear. Thanks for being here. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. In my next video, it will probably be my very last video in this apartment because I'm going to record it on the 30th. Thank you again for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.